what a practice for you, man. I mean, it's got to feel good, especially first fall scrimmage to make an impact like you did, just to assess your performance today.
Oh, man, I really just try to make plays for my team. Honestly, the defense came out a little bit flat. We're a player-led team. We take pride in, as seniors, we take pride in juicing up the team, juicing up the defense for sure. So I felt like I had to just put my head down and make some plays and boost my team up and put them on my back if I could. So I felt like that's all I tried to do.
The defense has kind of played that role of boosting the team up ever since you got here. Talk about the progression of this defense, and if you guys do feel like you can even improve on last year. It's been a great few years for this defense. How does this defense continue to grow this fall?
Okay, so the biggest thing for this defense in terms of growing is the little things. There's so many plays. Even though we had great plays and great games last year, we held people to a certain amount of points, great games. There were so many little problems that we had that could have changed the game completely. We could have shut people out rather than having them score 14, 21 points. And saying 21 is a great goal, but we could have, it's the little things. And so that's what we focused on as the older group has made an emphasis to try to do, is to focus on the little things, making the right step every time, taking the right gap every time, putting my hands in the correct place every time. And I feel like that's what we need to focus on in order to improve this defense.
You guys being this senior-led group, how important has it been for you guys to stay the course and build this foundation, and now looking forward to the fall, the 4 years that you've been here? I feel like it's kind of been building towards this fall. Talk about the sense of community and camaraderie that you guys have, having stuck it out through these tough seasons.
Right. We definitely believe that we're all here for a reason. There's so many people. Coach Smiley talked about it yesterday in our family meeting. There are so many people that came to Northwestern State from transfers this year and last year that didn't even get a chance to visit Northwestern State, but they came here because something drove them here. And we believe that it's all for a reason. So we began the season saying we're going to trust the process. That's been our motto from July, day one. We said we're going to trust the process, and we've stuck to that so far.
What do you think the biggest strength of this defense is?
Our speed and our physicality. I believe that we are the fastest defense in the conference, and I believe that when we are all on one accord, we are a purple swarm, for real. Like, honestly, insects swarming on food. That's what I believe that we are.
What advantage does having the non-conference games add to this team that last year did not? Because you get right into the games that, not saying the non-conference don't matter, but you're playing for conference championships.
Right.
What luxury does that serve as you get 3 games to get ready for conference this year?
It helps us see where we are, honestly. It just helps us understand what type of team we are. It gives us chances to get in those big moments, to have big time adversity, and see how we are able to push through that, see what type of team we are. I feel like that's the biggest thing that it'll help us out on.
And finally, what is the thing that you think needs to be improved on the most on this defense before game 1?
We just have to come out with energy. I believe today we just came out a little flat, and we ended practice very well. But the first few drives were just flat. We weren't as juiced up, we weren't as live, we weren't as energized. We were kind of not as physical. I believe we need to come out first quarter and come out with energy, come out with juice, ready to go. I think that's the only thing, well, not the only thing, but one of the biggest things we need to improve on.
Gino, for you started as a linebacker, really only a handful of games at defensive line. How much have you progressed, if you assess where you were maybe 12 to 18 months ago as a defensive lineman?
Oh, man. I feel extremely comfortable now at D-line. That's the biggest thing that I feel like. That's the biggest progression. I feel like I feel like I know what I'm doing out there. I feel like I can make plays out there, honestly. The biggest progression in a physical standpoint, I would say, is my pass rush. Coach Beck, he emphasizes shoulders, he emphasizes pass rush a lot, and that's really helped me tremendously. That's why I was able to make some sacks today, just because of the teachings that he gave me, and I feel like that's the biggest improvement.
How has that relationship developed? I mean, he's one of the new coaches. You worked with Coach Love for a year, and you've kind of bounced, like we talked about. You've had a couple of different position coaches, but the relationship with Coach Beck within that line, I mean, he's a little closer in age to you guys, and it really seems to connect.
Right. Because of the age difference, he's kind of a younger guy, so it's a lot easier to talk to him. It's more of he's my head coach. I mean, he's my position coach, and there are serious times. There are times where we need to lock in and listen, but there are also a lot of joking times, and it brings the D-line together more of a family rather than just teammates. And I feel like that's been the biggest thing in terms of our connection. It's been easy to connect because it's so easy to talk to him.
All right, appreciate it, Gino.
Yes, sir.